Welcome and welcome back to my channel, guys. Thank you so much for joining today. It's your service bestie here with another. Today, we are here to review a video and talk about customer service, some tenets about it, and why it's important for you to have customer service in the beauty industry. Customer service is important for any business because it directly impacts your retention, revenue, and reputation. Customer service drives your retention by keeping your clients coming back. When Johnny Taylor said,
"It's cheaper to keep her. It's cheaper to keep her."
he wasn't only talking about his wife or his woman. It's cheaper to retain an existing client than to have to go get a new one. It also helps you build your brand's reputation. Now, as we know, word of mouth is still the best form of advertisement. Sometimes you'll hear the bad things before you hear the good things, but if you give more good than bad, more good is what's going to be reported. Thus, building your brand reputation, which also helps you stand out in a crowded market. Across any industry, there's always going to be some people that are selling the same product or service. Experience is what's going to set you apart and keep you booked, which is why customer service is very important. Great customer service truly also comes with like a pattern recognition almost, into where you are able to even anticipate your guests' needs, and that way you can catch things early and catch things that may usually fall between the cracks. This also helps you create systems with your clients and gain the feedback so that you can make new implementations where necessary. Ultimately, it turns one-time buyers into returning customers, and that is where the real magic happens, because now you have people who are willing to buy in. That means more product, more retail, more referrals. How you treat people says everything about your business. It's ultimately going to show that you are a human, you have empathy, professionalism, and care. Three main tenets of customer service is going to be your empathy, clarity of communication, and patience. Empathy is putting yourself in the customer's shoes. It allows you to build trust, to have difficult conversations, and it helps your clients feel genuinely cared for. Clarity and communication is going to give you an increased confidence in the services that you're giving to your guests. Whether you're explaining prices, services, or timing, this is why communication is one of the main tenets of customer service in the beauty industry. Last but not least, we have patience. Different strokes for different folks. Everybody moves at their own pace, and that's okay. Some customers will have the same question time and time again. Some of them will be indecisive, but staying cool, calm, and collected is gonna set the tone and allow you to stay in control. So now we're gonna go ahead and review a video where a wax tech had to empathetically communicate with the client about some things that were going on and how they needed to be addressed. In this video, the wax tech brings up that there is a foul odor coming from the person themselves and that she can't go forward with the process. But ultimately, I do feel like she was able to hold her own and she communicated with this lady as best as she could, given the difficult situation that it was. Let's take a look.
Why are you putting this stuff away?
Ma'am, I feel like you're putting me in a position where I have to continuously tell you that that's an issue that you have. This is beyond going to the gym.
No, I just came from the gym.
So if you listen clearly, she states that this is a continuous issue, meaning that she's told this to this young lady more than once. In my course, I do talk about addressing things at the moment that they start, and it does sound like she did do that here.
I'm I'm trying to get my wax. I have vacation. My flight leaves tonight. And I need my wax done. And now you're telling me that you can't do my wax because of a funky issue. It's crazy because I've gone to other places. I've gone to European wax.
First of all, let's start there. Stay your behind out of European Wax Center. European Wax Center has been likened to the McDonald's of waxing. European is a volume-based business. They just wanted to see if they can get you back in the next 4 to 6 weeks. So by her bringing up European Wax Center, that means nothing because anything can happen there. In fact, if you go to my last video where I tell you about my wax tech horror story, it happened at European Wax Center.
And they don't have an issue. The phone's going off. This is so unprofessional.
I do apologize.
The phone going off isn't necessarily unprofessional because this is her establishment. This is how she works. Somebody may be reaching out to her either for an upcoming appointment, and I mean like they're on their way right now, or they may be trying to establish an appointment. When you are an owner, you have to wear so many different hats. So while I do not think that her phone going off is unprofessional, I do think that she could have turned it down just a little bit.
So unprofessional.
However, that is beyond. I don't know what. Maybe European Wax Center is a little bit more equipped than we are. However, I don't feel comfortable. I'm actually a CNA as well, and that is not just an odor. That's actually an infection.
Excuse me?
So I don't know what state this lady is in, but I do know in most states, like if you have like many licenses, you only can use like one license at a time. So as a wax tech, like she can't diagnose somebody. If she was a CNA, nurse, or anything like that, she can't do that. And while we do learn, like in cosmetology, esthetician school, that you actually need to treat everybody like they are infected, and that's how you know that you will be the cleanest, I do still feel like she should not have told her that she had an infection, but maybe that there was some bacteria present and that she needed to reach out to a doctor. That is actually what I've done before. I did have somebody who came in. I noticed that something didn't look quite right. There was a foul odor. And so I told her, hey, it looks, a little crazy down here, but it's okay. I can go ahead and get you taken care of. But you need to go see a doctor. She actually, the next time she came back to me, she told me that she had talked to her doctor right after she had the appointment. She got checked out and she had an STD. It was trick. And that's exactly what it did. It prevented a foul odor with a certain discharge, which is what I saw. Of course, I'm not a doctor, a nurse, a CNA, so I can't diagnose anything, but I can let you know that something isn't right. So in this instance, I don't think that she should have said, oh, I'm a CNA, that's an infection. She should have just straight referred her to the doctor, especially since this is not her first time telling her something's going on down there.
I don't have an infection.
And I don't feel comfortable touching you in that area.
I told you I just went to the gym. I just went to the gym.
Man, that's not the gym. That's not the gym, ma'am. I go to the gym. That's not the gym. That's not the gym.
You don't go
to the gym.
This is
a very uncomfortable conversation for me.
Exactly. This is a very uncomfortable conversation. And I hate that you can't, you have to have these honest conversations regardless, but some people make it really hard to have these conversations. Like again, in my last video where I was talking about my story, about how it was kind of difficult to, move around and maneuver that situation. And again, in that video, she knew. So I don't discount here. This woman knows that something is going on. And I don't know, maybe it's mind over matter, or if she doesn't think about it, it doesn't happen, or something like that. But you can't go insulting people because somebody called something out about you that you didn't appreciate, that you didn't like. I'm so sorry that is how you took that or you understood that. There was no malice in what this girl was trying to say. But at the end of the day, you cannot get mad because somebody pointed something out that you didn't like. I'm actually really glad that this wax tech stood up for herself because it's unfortunate that she had to again deliver this information to this lady that something's not going on down there, and unfortunately she felt some type of way about that. But again, this wax tech, this is not the first time that she said this to her. So I'm really happy that she stood up for herself and to say, hey, I understand that we're having a difficult conversation, but I'm not going to allow you to talk to me like that because you feel slighted over something that I've already told you several times before.
Not your primary
You
care.
don't go to the gym. I can tell by your body type.
Excuse
you
me,
haven't
I
seen
am
a
not
gym.
going to accept insults from you because I'm not insulting you.
You haven't seen a gym.
Excuse me.
So
because you are embarrassed now.
So you wouldn't
you're
know
going to try to put me down.
You wouldn't know what an odor from the gym smells like if you don't go to the gym.
You are completely. I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
We cannot
provide a service for you.
It's too late for me to book last minute anywhere else. Everybody else is booked. I got this off a Groupon.
Man, you need to go to the doctors. This has nothing to do. I don't even know why. You should not get on that flight.
This is crazy.
This is embarrassing. I hope you're not going with the man.
This place is embarrassing. You got this bum Easter grass. Look at this place.
Stop
look at this
recording,
place. No,
please.
look at this place.
Please.
Look at this place. I'm gonna show
Please.
Groupon. Don't touch me. Don't you?
So unfortunately, this lady is not happy about the service, and that's another thing that I'll probably bring up in another video is about Groupon and the kind of crowd that Groupon brings. Is really helpful, like building up in the first, like in your early days, but Groupon should not be used as a crutch. It should not be used for something long term because the crowd that comes in from Groupon, they are looking for a deal. They want it for cheap. And I'll actually put in the cheap, fast, good triangle. If you want it cheap and fast, it's not going to be good. If you want it good and cheap, it's not going to be fast. And if you want it fast and cheap, it's not going to be good. I think, did I go good and fast is not going to be cheap. There we go. So yeah, that is pretty much my thoughts here. I think that her customer service was great. She expressed empathy, communication. So I think that she showed great patience, great restraint. Overall, I give her a 9 for customer service in regards to having such a difficult conversation like this. So how would you have handled this better? What would you have done? Have you had a situation like this before? Have you tried to practice on how to handle situations like this? I think that this is applicable to anybody, whether you're a braider, a barber, an esthetician, a licensed cosmetologist, a waxer, whatever it is that you do. One day you are going to have a difficult conversation with your guests, but as long as you use those customer service tenets of empathy, communication, and patience, then that is going to help keep your customer service up here so that you can continue to retain your clients, get that word of mouth, and ultimately grow your business. Are you practicing anything? Is there anything in the situation that you had previous that you felt like you could have done better? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you subscribe because I drop my videos on Sundays at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you guys so much for joining. I really hope that y'all enjoyed this. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next week. Bye.